John's busy setting up our third attempt of a water pump. Since we've moved off-grid in December, we've tried 2 other water pumps. The first one was electric as well, but it didn't have enough head pressure and volume, so it was freezing up on us in the line before we get a tank full. So we ended up switching to our gas pump that we already had out here, but it's just inconsistent, and because it's gas, I don't know, you get a little bit of water in the fuel, or it's a little bit cold out and it stalls on you, and if I was lucky, even if I responded to the situation in a minute, the line would freeze, and then you've got to pull all your hose inside and thaw it out and then try again later. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. It's fine for summer, but we figured we would try an electric well pump. So we put it in this morning. John's just hooking up the extension cord right now. We'll check it out pretty soon, see how she works. Okay, I'm ready. There he goes, plugging it in. I can hear it. Woo! She worked. It's awesome.
Well, let's just string up the hose.
Lots of pressure.
We're good.
Yeah. Maybe we'll string up the hose. It'll be a little bit of an eyesore, but just imagine the convenience. You just have to plug it in and all of a sudden the tank starts getting filled inside. That's definitely the most pressure we've seen out of any pump we've used so far. I don't know if you can see through the water. John's made it a little cocoon, and hopefully the waves shouldn't splash it around too bad. I think it's far enough away from the rocks, it should be fine. Awesome. Maybe we'll put some PVC pipe around it so this hose gets a little bit protected in the weather. And then we'll try the first pump up to the cabin. Yeah, but then what if it gets wavy? It's gonna try and like jump off those rocks. Tie it off and put a rock in that nook. Yeah, our little $130 system definitely beats somebody coming out here and setting up a $1,000 water system for us. The only issue I see that we're going to kind of have to figure out is plunking it in the ice when it's the winter time, because it could stay, people do it, but then if there's any issues, I have to figure out how to chisel our whole pump out of there, which I'm not really interested in. So I think we're just gonna pull it in and out each time like we did last winter. John said maybe we'll just kind of make a T-bar hanging off of it and it could just rest in the ice, and maybe we'll find a bigger bit somewhere, or we'll make a big ice hole and I'll just keep it chiseled open every day. It'll just be part of my chores. We'll see how that goes, but I'll update you guys that in the winter. But for the summer, this is gonna work real slick. Okay, here we go. The moment of truth.
Mom, Dad's charging the hose.
Oh, I got a brand new pump. It's weird, I can't hear anything. Oh, you wanna put those on? Give me a second.
Nothing yet.
No? Can't hear anything trickling yet. Oh, here it comes. Hear something? I don't know, I heard something. It's like air. I saw the hose moving in the window.
That sounds fast, eh?
Holy cow.
Doesn't it?
Way more pressure than any of our other pumps. Go upstairs, make sure you don't overflow. So I'm busy making a quad trail today. My glasses are fogging up, excuse my sweaty face. I've made it from the cabin to the first cove so far. The goal is to get all the way to our little beach. That's the only bay that we have on the whole island, and it's the safest spot to park the boat. And it would be really nice if we had the quad trail going there, because then he wouldn't have to walk the trail early in the morning. And if he has anything crazy to haul back, it would be also really nice. It's looking pretty hairy, like we're on bedrock with a whole bunch of bumps and stumps. So I hope what I've done so far is going to work. I've managed to do the whole trail so far with just my trusty little cutters and manpower, throwing super dead logs off to the side and just going around trees as best as I can. I'm in it probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. Hopefully this trail can get me a ways before I have to deke back into the bush again. This is the last section that I can't really quad through, and I'd have to try go around. See right here, I feel like I can go straight up here, maybe clip those little guys and stay on somewhat of a level path. My quad's poor belt is going to be suffering while it has a life out at the cabin. This is going to be a pretty bumpy trail. After I go through all this work making it, I bet you anything we're going to be like, it's way easier walking and hauling things. At least a majority of our walking trail is good and wide enough for a quad. I've just had to kind of buzz up some branches so they don't thwack us in the face while we drive by. Maybe I'll just walk this. I have to try to get onto the top of this ridge. Pretending I'm just as wide as a quad. Ooh, snap my ankle. But once we get up here, we should be back to good. Let's see if I can get around this one. Oh yeah, push onto that side. Okay, so I'm gonna snip as much as physically possible on that little path I walked myself through and hand bomb everything off, and then I'll have to saw a bit and we should be done and ready to quad. I'm going to stop filming myself in the trail. I apologize. It's a pain in the butt because I'd rather just work instead of figure out how to hold the camera. One of these days, I will buy myself things that work so I can film for you guys instead of holding straps in my mouth so I can get a decent shot. It doesn't work anyway. So I'm just going to give her, and hopefully I can set my camera up on my head good enough when I'm going for the quad ride. Yeah, looks like I've got a chauffeur to take me to the beach this weekend. This way it'll be a lot easier for me to film it for you guys. First round of Feels really good getting the quad trail completely finished. Get that chore out of the way. And John ended up buttoning up the outhouse today too. So we got 2 big chores completely behind us. The whole bottom part of the outhouse was all rotten. So we tipped the outhouse right onto its side and John kind of peeled away all the rotten boards and rebuilt the bottom frame. So it should last the life of the hole at least. Get several more years out of this outhouse before we have to build a brand spanking new one. And he ended up banking up all the sides with gravel and shimming it so it's kind of level, hopefully. Good to go now. Well, we'll see you next week, everyone. Have a good one.